us a mind of understanding, even for our national readers and even the county readers, that God will continue to read and guide them, that God, they are gonna be a continued state of peace, Lord, that this program may continue to flourish and benefit us and benefit all humanity to the glory of your name. So we thank you and we honor you as we commit everything into your hands and pray that God will be together with us to the end and your name will be glorified. We honor you and thank you. And this we pray in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Kwa wale wenzangu, amani ya Bwana iwe juu yenu. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin, wa salatu wassalamu ala habibina wa shafi'ina wa maulana Muhammadin bin Abdullah ibn Abdul Muttalib bin Hashim bin Abd Manaf. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala sayyidina Muhammad. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim. وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم ربنا أنت رب لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. افتح لنا بالخير واختم لنا بالخير. نسألك الخير في هذه الأعمال، نسألك الخير في هذه المجتمع، نسألك الخير في هذا اليوم. اللهم يا ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا، هب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. يا ربي Mwenyezi Mungu tukuomba utujalie kila la kheri. Umetuleta kwa kheri, uturegeshe majumbani kwa kheri. Mwenyezi Mungu tukuomba mujtamaa huu uwe ni wa amani. Tupe amani katika sehemu hii, tupe furaha, tupe ilmu, utujalie maelewano, masikizano, utulinde, utuondolee kila ambalo ni la shari. Mwenyezi Mungu tukuomba viongozi wetu, madirectors wetu, kila ambaye anatuhusiana na sisi, Mwenyezi Mungu mjalie awe atakuwa na mpe baraka, mpe nguvu, mpe ilmu, mpe naswaha, mpe iman. Umjalie na utujalie na sisi tuwe na iman, tuwe na amani katika miji yetu, katika nchi yetu, katika sehemu zetu. Kwa jina lako tukutukuza Mwenyezi Mungu tukisema sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Shukran.
Thank you so much. And just before you sit, I know you're very quick to do that. Just stand to the left and to the right. Do a fist. Tell them, welcome to the National Cashew Conference. Tell them that. And once you've done that, you can take your seat. You can take your seat. Thank you so much. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. And just before we officially start over, we must start with a bang, and the dancers are ready for that act. Over to you, dancers, for a quick one. Karibuni.
Researchers, policymakers, and investors. This is where knowledge is shared, partnerships are built, and bold ideas take
They're coming
shape.
from all sides, some from the back.
Dive into practical conversations on sustainable farming, processing technologies, market. Access and exports and investment opportunities across the cashew value chain. Because growing the industry means growing opportunities for everyone. Discover new innovations. Connect with decision makers. Showcase your products and services. Whether you're farming, processing, researching, or investing, this is where the future of
Ala. Haya, wapi makofi ya waheshimiwa wetu? Asante sana. Ala la la. Well done. Wow. Mmekata karibu nikuje. Asante, wapi makofi yao? Asanteni sana. Thank you so much. Hawa watu wamepewa korosho kweli, si ndio? Asante sana. Thank you so much. Wow, what a team. In the house as well we have just a short quick poem. Sijui kama uko tayari. Unajua shairi pia ambalo linataja mambo ya korosho kidogo. Are you ready? Are you ready? Just going once. Are you ready? Just checking whether we have them. Excellent, excellent. Njoo tafadhali mbio mbio ama hiyo nitakupatia after that. Are you? Excellent. Njoo tafadhali mbio kidogo ndio tuweze to save on time. Una mshairi kabisa. Karibu sana. Haya.
Asanteni sana wageni wa leo mlofika, wakaaji wa hii. Kwa majina naitwa Hussein Ali, msanii wa mashairi kutoka Kwale County 002. Niko mbele yenu kuwakariria shairi ambalo limepatia kichwa ama kibwagizo: mkorosho tufufueni, afa soko watuambie. Ya mkorosho ni wajuze thamani yake hakika, tena hili tulijue mkorosho tunaujua. Mkorosho tufufueni, afa soko watuambie. Ya kale sio ya leo, mambo yamebadilika, na yale twafanya sio mkorosho kuupuzia. Tulifanyeni fufuo, mkorosho si wa kutupwa. Mkorosho tufufueni, afa soko watuambie. Waliupanda mababu mkorosho kutoka enzi, yakawa mengi mazao, korosho tele wa pwani. Viwanda vikajazia korosho pesa mfukoni. Korosho tufufueni, afa soko watuambie. Uliposijiulize mkorosho kutafakari, akili ni kutulize ujue yake thamani. Tena usikurupuke, tunabaini wa pwani. Korosho tufufueni, afa soko watuambie. Korosho zakamuliwa, mafuta kupatikana, na kile chake chakula biskuti keki twakula. Tena hili tulijue, korosho zaliwa Ulaya. Korosho tufufueni, afa soko watuambie. Si masofa mazulia yale twaona yang'ara, si mwengine watumika mkorosho mbao twavuna. Tena tusiuchomeni mkorosho, tupe heshima. Mkorosho tufufueni, afa soko watuambie. Langu onyoni waonye, marufuku tusikate. Mkorosho kuni kuuza eti kisani wakale. Wakulima tuingie shamba, afa mbegu watupe. Mkorosho tufufueni, afa soko watuambie. Mwenzenu hapa natua, narudi nilikotoka. Kwale Mindo natokea, kaunti yake Mama Tolwa. Langu moja ongezeo, mkorosho tupe heshima. Mkorosho tufufueni, afa soko watuambie. Chakumeza 254-002 Kwale County ndio nyumbani. Afa Kenya, shirika ambalo linajali mimea. Asanteni sana na Mungu atubariki sote.
Asante sana, wapi makofi yake. Ni kweli korosho tusimkate hata kidogo, unaweza mpatia tule mwenzetu pale atanisaidia. Asante. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it's still morning, so good morning. Allow me this moment to acknowledge the presence of our chief guest, Dr. Kiprono Rono, State Department of Agriculture. We also have a director representative representing the Principal Secretary, State Department of Trade, that is Patrick Mukuria. We also have in the house as well, Member of Parliament, we have Matuga, that is Tandaza in the house. We also have Deputy Governor of Makueni in the house. We also have CECs present, especially from Kwale as well. And we also have in the house Mr. Honorable Connelly Serem, the Chairman, Agriculture and Food Authority Board. We also have in the house Mr. Ernest Minter, Managing Director of Africa Cashew Alliance. And we have many other dignitaries as well present. I just want us to establish some protocol. And allow me at this moment, Chief Guest, to acknowledge some of the delegates who are also in the house today. And I want to start from what you push big time, bottom up. And that is because the farmers are here. And they are the people who have brought us here. The farmers in the house, can I see you by show of hands first of all? Look at them at the back. That's them, a lot of them as well. You also wanted to put your hand up. Okay. Let's give a round of applause to the farmers in the house. Asanteni Sana in the house. Asante Sana. And allow me to as well, very quickly, just read the names and then we shall appreciate them all. We also have officials from the Ministry of Agriculture here, officials from the Ministry of Trade and Industry here as well. We also have county government representatives, so many of them as well in the house. We have Carol, we have Keproba, we have Kefis in the house, we have Kefri, EPZA, we also have KEBS in the house, Warehouse Receipt Council, Pwani University, we also have Industrial Development Corporation and Kipra. Let's appreciate them with a clap. Asanteni Sana for being here. Allow me to also acknowledge development partners here. We also have the Kenya National Chambers of Commerce right here that is based in this particular area. We have FIPS Africa and we have EFF. Also in the house we have international organizations and we have Africa Cashew Alliance and we have a representative as well in the house. Some of them in the house and they shall be sharing some of their thoughts. And finally, let me acknowledge the private stakeholders, private sector. We have banks represented here, agro dealers. Of course, we have processors, marketing agents, exporters, and consultants in the house. And mine is to say karibuni sana. And a special thanks to Equity Bank as well for being one of the key sponsors of this particular conversation. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And allow me to just give a quick brief that in the morning we had a conversation on the status and performance of the cashew industry. And we had farmers in the house asking very tough questions, getting to know about the state of it. And we have a lot of lessons as well taken in from that particular session. And so at this moment, I would like to get started to our session where we shall immediately just get to acknowledge and listen in to our guests present today. Before I do that, allow me to just ask you to do me one favor. To the person sitting next to you, ask them this question. When was the last time you went and bought a korosho and how much was it? Just ask that question. Just ask that question for me. Ati how much? Hey. Asante. Asante. Kuna mtu ameanza group discussion. Hapana. It was just to your neighbor. Thank you. The reason why I asked that question, our chief guest, is because one of the questions that was in the house was about market and pricing. A big conversation here. And realizing that there's a lot of potential in it and there's a lot that can be done. That most people who want to buy say it's a bit expensive. Yet the farmers here are saying we have the product, and so there's a bit of a mismatch, but this conference is here to also answer those questions. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me at this moment to get straight to the remarks. Please help me to welcome Mr. Callistus Efuko, the Acting Director General, Agriculture and Food Authority in the house. A round of applause to him as he comes, tafadhali. Mr. Callistus Efuko. Karibu sana for the opening.
Yeah. Hamjamboni. Hamjambo tena. Yeah, Principal Secretary, State Department for Agriculture, Dr. Rono, the Member of Parliament present, Honorable Tandaza, the Deputy Governor Makueni County, the CECs present, and the chairman of Board of Directors, AFA. We have a board member, Mr. Kitivo, our CEOs of state corporations. We have Carlo present, Kefis, and other state corporations. We have our international partners who have been acknowledged here. We have private partners as well as private companies. Na wakulima wenzangu, hamjamboni tena. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize Equity Bank, who are our sponsors, to give them just 1 minute. Equity Bank, then we continue from here. Equity Bank. Yeah, it seems they are a bit far, so we will proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you all for having come here. And with me, we had Agriculture and Food Authority officers and directors. So I would like our officers, please, where you are, to stand. AFA officers who are present, simameni tafadhali. Directors wanaweza keti. Officers. Ya tu wevuni kwa wakulima na wageni wetu. Thank you very much for your coming and organizing this fantastic conference. I would like our directors, please, just take 1 minute and come in front. Directors AFA, the ones present. Yeah, thank you very much. I'll take the shortest time possible. We have our first director here who are first to arrive.
Hamjambo wakulima na hamjambo nyote. Mimi naitwa Benjamin Tito, mimi ni mkurugenzi wa mamlaka ya kilimo na kichakula kwa kitengo cha uratibu wa kikanda. Asanteni.
Umeelewa uratibu wa kikanda? It's called regional coordination. Asante.
Mgeni wa heshima na wageni wengine wote pamoja na wakulima, hamjambo. Kwa majina naitwa John Nadhola. Mimi nafanya kazi kwa kitengo cha nuts and oil crops. Unajua Kiswahili sio mdomo chetu, lakini nimejaribu. Asanteni sana. Thank you.
Asante sana.
All protocols observed. Good afternoon. My name is Refa Kitavi, Director, Finance and Planning. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Isaac Meto. I'm Director Internal Audit.
Good afternoon. All protocols observed. My name is Grace Chalo. I'm Director in charge of Mira, Pyrethrum, Fiber and other industrial crops.
Thank you very much. Ule mrefu sana amesema tu internal audit. Na ule mwenzangu hapa akasema Mira, Pyrethrum, Fiber and other industrial crops. So mara tumebalance. Asante sana. So I would like just to take this opportunity to thank you for your coming, to be with us here and learn a lot about the cashew nut. As AFA, we endeavored to make sure that we, starting from production all the way to consumption, we have brought in stakeholders, farmers, we have nursery operators here, we have our research institutions, Carl being represented here, we have a former professor from TARI, that is our sister research institute from Tanzania, who is also here to make sure that he shares all that he has gathered for all these years and becoming a professor. So I'll not talk much because niliambiwa na Baba Moi baga akiondoka hurudi tena. Sasa usifikiria ameenda atunatawala, hapana, yeye atarudi tu bado. So because I have my elders here, today is the day. Mimi ni kuambia kwamba tujifunze yale yote ambayo tunaweza. Tumeleta hapa soko. Baadhi ya vikundi ambavyo tuko navyo hapa vinafanya kazi ya kufanya nini? Ya ku add value processing. Kuna makampuni za kuprocess. Kuna wakulima. na kuna hata wale wauzaji. So tafadhali ukitoka hapa hakikisha umepata contacts na umesoma teknolojia ambazo tuko nazo. Tumeona Calro wako na grafting, wanachukua nyingine wanapandiza kwa nyingine ambayo inazaa kwa muda mfupi sana. So you make sure you live with that technology. Alafu mjue ya kwamba kuna mpaka polyclonals ambazo zinasaidia sisi, zina mazao makubwa sana na vile pia yanachukua muda mfupi kuzaa. So mimi nawakaribisheni nyote hapa kwamba tujisikie nyumbani tukiwa hapa kwa siku 2, siku 3 ambazo zinakuja, na usitoke hapa mikono mitupu. So thank you very much, our guests. I was just saying that I'm welcoming all of you to Kenya. Feel free to share as much as you can, and also make sure that you learn as much as you can. Kenya is a very beautiful country, full of talent, and you know we are always leading. The other day we broke the record of marathon within 2 minutes. I mean 2 hours in London, right? Tupigie makofi wa Kenya. 1 hour, 59 minutes, 30 seconds. It has never been broken that. So we are ahead of everyone. So even here, we want to be ahead in cashew nut production. Thank you very much. May I take this opportunity to welcome our chairman. Before I welcome the chairman, I would like to welcome our guest from ACA to give his opening remarks, so that I'll come back after this. Please welcome Mr. Ernest for your address. Tupigie makofi mgeni wetu. Ametoka all the way from, atasema mwenyewe sitaki kujisemea. Yeah, I've just told them that I don't want to introduce you. Because you are of age, you can introduce yourself. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you and good afternoon to everyone. So my name is Ernest Minta. I'm the Managing Director for the African Cashew Alliance. It's a pleasure to be here. Kenya had been in the lead and in the news several years ago when it came to cashew in Africa. But then things went quiet, and we are happy that you are back again. So first of all, Mr. Chairman, I would like to stand on the existing protocols and to go straight away to give my speech. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to address you today at this important gathering here in Ukunda in the Kwale County, a county with significant history when it comes to cashew. First of all, on behalf of the Board of Directors of the African Cashew Alliance, I would like to congratulate the Agriculture and Food Authority, AFA, and its parent Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, Cashew Conference. A marginal crop, cashew has evolved into a major economic commodity, supporting the livelihood of millions of actors, especially farmers across Africa, Asia, and South America. Today, the cashew industry contributes significantly to rural incomes, foreign exchange earnings, industrial development, and job creation across producing countries. Within this period, Africa has emerged as the leading cashew producer globally, accounting for about 60% of global raw cashew nuts production. This growth has not only repositioned the continent within global agricultural trade, but has also opened up new opportunities for value addition. At the same time, global consumption continues to expand, driven by increasing health awareness of cashew and diversification of food products, resulting in rising demand across traditional and emerging markets. However, Africa has accounted for less than 15% of the global production of cashew kernels. So we are in the elite 60% when it comes to production of raw cashew nuts, but only accounting for 15% when it comes to the processing. The growth in production in recent times has been led by Cote d'Ivoire, where nearly 50% of the RCN production was processed last year. Indeed, when the earlier presenter was talking, he mentioned a figure of 896,000 for Cote d'Ivoire. It is far more than that. They did almost 1.4 million tons in the last year alone. We agree that data issues in Africa are a key problem that we all need to solve. And for us in the African Cashew Alliance, we are using every fortnight what we call the Global Markets Encounter, where we are bringing experts to share information with you. So please try to be part of that webinar. And then this year we will be launching the Cashew Barometer, which will have all the data that are there for national cashew production and other information, as well as that from the other countries. To continue, Kenya holds a unique place in Africa's cashew industry, with 100% of the country's production being processed locally, though it's a small volume. While the country has maintained this unique position in cashew production over the years, its growth has not kept pace with its full potential. This stands in contrast to countries in the sub-region such as Tanzania and Mozambique, which have recorded significant expansion in production over the past decade. The potential for rapid expansion of Kenya's cashew production should serve as a key motivating factor and encourage this gathering to offer concrete solutions to the expansion of cashew production in Kenya. Honorable Chief Guests, ladies and gentlemen, the comparative advantages of Kenya in the cashew industry is very important for the whole of Africa today. For a continent that is struggling to increase local processing and consumption, Kenya, by virtue of its thriving tourism industry and ability to integrate cashew processing with the processing of other crops such as macadamia, can become the pivot of cashew processing and consumption on the continent. A further compelling case for revitalizing Kenya's cashew sector through strategic investments lies in the strong potential to address youth unemployment. With nearly 75% of the population under the age of 35 and youth unemployment prevalent, the need for scalable and sustainable job creation remains a national priority for Kenya. Agriculture already employs over 30% of the workforce, and the cashew value chain offers a practical pathway to engage young people in productive economic activity. There is a great youth employment potential across the cashew value chain. And we all have seen the growing scourge of youth unemployment in Africa and the instability associated with it. So we need to act fast as a continent in the generation of employment, an objective which can be achieved quickly through engaging the youth in cashew production and processing. To fully unlock the vast potential of Kenya in the cashew industry, there is a need for deliberate and sustained investment in the sector. We haven't seen that much investment coming into the Kenyan cashew sector in the past few years, and we're calling on government really to do that. Increasing production levels must be a priority through the rehabilitation of existing plantations, establishment of new plantations, investment and collaboration with neighboring countries into cashew research. We have heard about the low productivities here, but we have had situations where Tanzania and Mozambique, they are producing varieties that are having higher yields, some reaching about 1,000 kg per hectare. And we think that collaboration will also allow you to reach those levels. Also strengthening extension services to enhance good agricultural practices and establishment of cashew nurseries. This will be job creation, but it will also create the necessary pool of planting material needed to advance the production of cashew in this country. And finally, making strategic investments into cashew processing. And as I've said, a lot needs to be done in this area. The good thing is that Kenya will not need to start all over. It simply needs to build on existing structures and to learn from other countries. The Consultative International Cashew Council, CICC, also presents the opportunity for knowledge exchange among governments of cashew-producing countries. We therefore call on the government of Kenya to begin steps towards becoming a member of the CICC while supporting the private sector to play an active role in the African Cashew Alliance. The theme of this conference, which is Revive and Thrive, Unleashing Kenya's Cashew Potential, is therefore a call to duty to Kenya and to us all. It's really a call to duty to Kenya and to us all. For us, the African Cashew Alliance, Kenya stands out as a key partner in advancing the sustainable growth and development of the cashew industry in Africa. We are ready to strongly partner with stakeholders, both public and private, to work towards reviving and revitalizing the sector in Kenya. This requires a deliberate effort to reorganize and strengthen the sector, including putting in place the right institutional frameworks, policies, and public-private coordination mechanisms to propel sustainable growth. Beyond accelerating sector development, such strategic alignments will position Kenya as a strong candidate to also host future continental events, including the African Cashew Alliance Annual Cashew Conference and Expo, and to showcase the good examples to the rest of the world while creating jobs and incomes for its people, particularly the youth. Before I end, I would like to take this opportunity to invite all of you present here to participate in the 2026 ACA Annual Cashew Conference and Expo, which will be held in Accra, Ghana, from 15th to 18th September 2026. So this year, 15th to 18th September, we will have the conference. And the theme will be Sustainable Cashew Supply Through Policies, Investments, and Partnership. And it speaks directly to the priorities of Kenya and the continent. It will highlight the urgent need for the right policies, increase investment, and stronger partnerships to unlock production, increase processing, and drive sustainable growth in the cashew industry. This conference will provide a unique platform for dialogue, collaboration, and investment within the cashew industry. Last year, we had to cancel the conference in Tanzania because of the issues that happened there. It was at a great cost, but it's also important for considering human life to do that. Honorable Chief Guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we proceed with this very conference, let us, during each session, reflect on the theme of the conference and ensure that we make relevant recommendations to revive the cashew industry of Kenya and make it thrive and benefit the people. Let us engage in discussions and conversations that are essential for shaping actionable strategies that will enable Kenya and indeed Africa to thrive in the global cashew industry. Indeed, organizers, if you're not getting the concrete recommendations, don't allow anyone to leave. We will all leave this room only when we have given the recommendations that can drive this industry. Finally, I once again congratulate the government of Kenya, the Ministry of Food, the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, the Agriculture and Food Authority, AFA, the private sector, and all stakeholders for all your efforts and contributions so far towards the organization of this conference. I thank you all for your attention and wish you fruitful deliberations. Asante sana.
He has already learned some Swahili word. Asante sana. Pigie makofi. Yeah, quickly, please, I would like to acknowledge the CC. Kwale, please, take your stage. Some remarks. Yeah, amesema yeye amebeba kofia ya governor, so sasa nitamwachia hapo. So I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our chairman, Honorable Cornel Serem, akuje ahutubie, alafu he is taking over the program henceforth. Mheshimiwa Cornel Serem. Pigeni makofi. Moja, mbili, tatu, nne, tena, funga. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You are not born when the story of funga na kufungua. Before I proceed, I want to welcome the rep PS Trade to make his remarks. PS Trade. He was somewhere. Oh, okay. We'll be very brief. PS has an appointment somewhere else in the next 1 hour.
Thank you very much, our PS for Agriculture, Chairman AFA, on Serem, AFA board members, our MP, the representative of the Governor Kwale, Deputy Governor Makueni, Madam Lucy, AFA CEO, MD ACA Ernest, distinguished delegate, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Hamujambo. Hamujambo tena. Niko hapa kwa niaba ya PS Trade, Regina Ubam, ambao alikuwa ajumuike na sisi siku ya leo kusherekea hii siku ya kitaifa. Na bila kupoteza wakati, nitaenda moja kwa moja nisome hotuba ambaye alinituma naye. It is a great honor to join you at this inaugural National Cashew Conference 2026, an important national platform that comes at a time when Kenya is intensifying effort to transform strategic agricultural value chain to engine of trade, industrialization, export, and inclusive growth. I wish to commend the Agriculture and Food Authority for convening this conference under the timely and forward-looking theme, Revive and Thrive, Unleashing Kenya Cashew Potential. This theme reflects the urgency of revitalizing a sector that holds enormous promise for livelihoods, enterprise development, and industrial competitiveness. Ladies and gentlemen, cashew is one of Kenya's strategic commercial crop with strong potential to contribute to household incomes, agro-industrial development, foreign exchange earning, and regional economic integration. Production remained concentrated in Kilifi, Kwale, Lamu, Tana River, and Tharaka Nithi, while expansion is emerging in Taita Taveta, Makueni, Embu, and Meru. Yet, despite this wide production base, the sector continues to underperform relative to its true economic potential. National production currently stands at slightly over 8,300 metric tons annually from about 23,000 hectares, supported largely by small-scale holders cultivating less than 2 acres. At the same time, productivity remains uneven across counties. Processing capacity has weakened, and market incentive for farmers remain insufficient. This situation demands deliberate intervention. The government recognizes that agricultural transformation cannot be achieved through production alone. Sustainable sector growth must be driven by functioning markets, value addition, investment, and structured trade systems. This is precisely where the State Department for Trade becomes central. Under our mandate, we are committed to ensuring that agricultural commodities such as cashew move beyond subsistence production and become fully commercialized value chain capable of supporting domestic industry and export competitiveness. Ladies and gentlemen, the cashew value chain offers opportunity far beyond nut sales. The edible kernel supports food processing, snack manufacturing, confectionery, bakery products, plant-based milk production, edible oil extraction, and branded export products. Cashew shell liquids support industrial production of brake linings, paints, varnishes, adhesive, insulation material, and specialized resins. The cashew apple offer opportunities in juice production, concentrate, vinegar, wine, livestock feed, and food ingredients. This means that cashew is not merely an agricultural crop, it is a multi-sector industrial commodity. Unfortunately, much of this value remain unrealized. Low farm gate prices continue to discourage farmers. Weak aggregation systems make supply inconsistent. Processors struggle to secure raw materials. Some factories have closed while others operate below capacity. Informal trade still dominate price formation, often to the disadvantage of producers. Ladies and gentlemen, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda places strong emphasis on value chains that directly improve rural incomes while stimulating enterprise growth. Cashew fits squarely with this national agenda because it supports farmers' income, MSME growth, agro-processing, export development, and county-level industrialization. For this reason, the State Department for Trade is prioritizing 4 strategic interventions. First, strengthening structural markets. We must organize farmers into commercially viable supply systems through aggregation centers, cooperative marketing, and contract-based trade arrangements. Second, reviving processing and value addition. We must attract investment into dormant processing capacity, support modern processing technologies, and encourage industrial clustering in producing counties. Third, improve price discovery and market transparency. We are increasingly promoting structural commodity trading mechanisms that reduce price distortion, strengthen farmers' bargaining power, and improve seasonal market predictability. And fourth, expanding export competitiveness. Kenya Cashew must increasingly target premium international markets through better quality standard, traceability systems, certification, and stronger branding. Ladies and gentlemen, the transformation of this requires close institutional coordination. The State Department for Trade will continue working closely with the State Department for Agriculture, county governments, standard agencies, trade promotion institutions, and the private sector to ensure that production systems are directly linked to market opportunities. Counties such as Kwale, Kilifi, and Lamu can become powerful agro-industrial hub of production, processing, and trade. If processing and trade are integrated deliberately. We must also recognize county governments are critical partners in orchard rehabilitation, farmers mobilization, local aggregation, and enterprise development. Distinguished delegates, this conference must therefore deliver practical commitments. We must leave here with clear answers on how to restore farmers' confidence, how to stabilize processing supply, how to commercialize byproducts, how to attract private capital, and how to build a globally competitive Kenya's Cashew brand. The government remains fully committed to increasing and enabling environment for trade-led transformation. The State Department for Trade is ready to support policy reforms, market development, investment facilitation, and interagency coordination necessary to unlock the full value of Kenya cashew industry. Let this conference mark the beginning of a new chapter where cashew becomes not only a crop of the coast, but a strategic and national commodity contributing meaningfully to jobs, export, industry, and shared prosperity. With those remarks, I wish ourselves productive deliberation and a successful outcome. Thank you very much. And as I finish, I want to say that nataka kusema kwamba tuko na trade officers hapa. Hata nikitoka hapa nitawaacha hapa muweze kuinteract na wao, waweze kuongea mambo ya biashara. Na pia tuko na agency inaitwa Kiproba. Hii ndio inasaidia mambo ya branding na mambo ya export. Na wako na kibanda hapa, kwa hivyo ni mzuri muwatembelee, waweze kutufundisha vile tunaweza kuexport hii korosho. Asanteni sana.
Makofi wa huyu mungwana. Our PS, our David Governor from Makueni, Member of Parliament from Matuka, Tandaza, all guests present, good afternoon. I've very brief this afternoon so that I can allow experts to interact with their farmers that are here and processors. The major stakeholders this afternoon are the farmers. We shared with the PS that we can discuss about industries, but if there are no trees, it is all useless. So for us to achieve what we want, knowing where we're coming from, and knowing where we are, in 2024, we had 24,000 hectares of cashew nuts. In 2025, there was a slight increase of only 600 hectares of cashew nuts. P.S. As we talk today, the processors here still have to go to Tanzania, to get cashew nuts for the purpose of processing. The challenge is those who goes to Tanzania get a levy of 10%. But when we are exporting, we only levy 2%. So the Tanzanians have an advantage, and you can see a reason why Tanzanians take more of cashew nuts from Kenya to Tanzania. That aside, we are not encouraging that we should be exporting to Tanzania. We should be able to process because there is a huge demand as a country. And for us to get to where we want to appear is a policy statement from you that can guide our institution to see how best we can assist the farmers to have enough seedlings, enough trees to enable the farmers have cashew nuts to sell. That alone, if you make a policy direction for us, it will guide all of us, and we'll be able to assist the farmers to have seedlings, to have farms ready. As we are discussing on what can be done and seeking the direction from the peers, we also urging the stakeholders, the farmers, to be uptakers of the seedlings that will be providing to the farmers. After this, peers will be also launching more seedlings going to the farmers. We don't want to encourage free seedlings, but we want to partner with farmers and other stakeholders to establish more nurseries so that as we are discussing on this group, when the group that when we were growing up in 80s, it was all over in the news about corrosion. What happened? What changed? Until as we are talking today, we are actually importing from other countries. I can tell you all the stakeholders before us, we are going to change the trend at which this country is handling the issue of cashew nuts. We will not entertain imports. We want to export cashew nuts. The seedlings will be provided by our institution. We want to partner with counties. And I'm happy today we have a deputy governor from Makueni here. Madam Simama wajue, najua makofi kwa deputy governor to show you how serious counties want to take this business going forward. And I'm also happy with our institution that we are not discussing about only coastal area. We are discussing about how we can expand to Tharaka-Nithi, Meru, Shire, part of Kakamega, and Busia. I can tell you for sure that in a few years, the 2 million seedlings that we intend to give to our farmers, and I hope the PS will give us the direction on how we are going to handle the same, so that we will be able to produce 1 million metric tons. And for us to produce over 1 million metric tons, a decision must be given in terms of policy, so that we can reach there. So that point, let me end and allow Mheshimiwa Tandasa to make his remarks, and welcome the Rep Governor from Kwale. Na makofi kwa Mheshimiwa. Imagine he chose not to go to Parliament so that he can be here. He was engaging with his committee from the same floor to tell you how much he cares for his constituents. And we work so very closely in one committee when I was, let me not say where I was with you. Asante.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'll briefly introduce myself in English because this is an international conference. And also, sindio? Kizungu kwetu ni kama kupiga mswaki tu, lakini. So, let me start by actually acknowledging and appreciating having this conference under the able chairmanship of my former colleague Serem. Sometimes it's not so bad to lose a seat, a parliamentary seat. You know, you guys imagine that being a member of parliament is so important. Serem is doing far much better than me, as you can see. He's taller, he's stronger. And you see. So sometimes you never know. It's not as bad. So very much welcome. We served together in 12th Parliament, and he's been my friend all through. He knows my place, I know his place. So he's just a family friend. And that's why I made the point of making sure I'm here. For those who are from outside Kenya, I will also take this opportunity to welcome you as a local host here. Kenya is very friendly. The reason why it's a bit hot now is because you are all supposed to be at the beach swimming, not to be in a room here. So this is deliberate. Nasikia Serem? Ile jasho unatoka si bahati mbaya, ni sababu unatekana uwe kwa beach huko ukiogelea, sio kukaa huko. Otherwise we are very friendly and we welcome you. I would want to only address 2 issues. One, and if you allow me, the so-called farmers, and I'm deliberate in using this word, the so-called farmers from Kwale, are they here? Mikono niwaone. You see. I'll say this in Kiswahili before the PS and before the chairman. As we speak, we don't have cashew nut farmers. Ni sawa? Hatuna. Mimi mwenyewe, when I was growing up, and I stopped growing, that is why my length is like my height iko hapo. I stopped growing a few years ago. But when I was growing up, and that is in the 80s, kama kuna mtu ambaye aliona mikorosho hapa, chairman, kulikuwa kuna wazee wanatoa gunia 100, gunia 200 za korosho. True or false? In the 80s. That means those are our fathers and our grandfathers. So currently, as we speak, me included, hatuna mkulima wa korosho. I'm saying some of these things tasema Kiswahili ndio wenzetu usije wakasema mlisema kuna wakulima, mbona wewe anasema hakuna. I'm being very honest with myself. Hatuna wakulima wa korosho. Kwa nini hatuna wakulima wa korosho? Hatuna wakulima wa korosho kwa sababu wakati huo ilikuwa mikorosho inamea, inazaa, sikuona mkorosho ukiwekwa mbolea. Hata ule mkorosho ambao ulikuwa unazaa, and I would want to be contradicted kama nasema uongo, ulikuwa hata hauna haja ya kulimia. Ulikuwa unaweza kutembea ukaona mkorosho umezaa, unatoa korosho unakuwa kwa msitu. Kweli ama urongo? Kabisa. That is how we grew up knowing a cashew nut tree. Tukiendelea mbele ikaacha kuzaa. Kwa hivyo mimi saa hizi hata tukizungumzia from your policy papers vile mnasema kwamba tunataka wawekezaji wa kununua, bei iongezwe, bei ifanywe nini, ukweli ni kwamba hata ikiongezwa watu wa pwani bado hatutanufaika na zao la korosho kwa sababu korosho hamna. Nazungumza urongo jameni, kwa sababu let's be very, kama nazungumza I'm ready to be contradicted. Ni ukweli sisi hapa hatuna korosho, Mheshimiwa Chairman. Allow me to put it bare. Kama kuna farmers, kuna figures na nini za hapa, and I'm glad Excellency the DG from Makueni is here, atatuambia kuna mikorosho mingapi na inafanya vipi. But we have cashew nut trees right from Lamu, and the demographic is very right. Kuanzia Lamu tuna mikorosho, Kilifi tuna mikorosho, Kwale mpaka tukifika boda mikorosho iko, lakini haizai. Nimezungumza vibaya ama nimezungumza urongo? Mikorosho na hapa nitingetaka yule profesa atazungumza baadaye kutoka Tanzania, nimeona hapo mtaalamu, atuambie kwa nini mikorosho inaishia kuzaa vanga, lakini ukivuka mpaka uende kuanzia Mwaboza, Maduga, Maforoni, Chongeleani, Kibiboni, wapi mikorosho inazaa. Nimeshangaa Chairman uliposema kwamba we are exporting cashew nuts from Kenya. Wale watu wangu wa hapa wana Ngombeni ambao huwa wana kazi ya kubabata korosho, nafikiri ni Kiswahili sanifu, wako hapa? Hebu nione mikono yao. Chair, hapa sio wakulima, kuna watu ambao wanafanya biashara ya korosho na wanatoka maeneo yangu kabisa, na ndio maana nikaona ni muhimu nije tukae tutafute suluhisho. Korosho wanazozitumia katika biashara, niambieni tu ule ukweli, zinatoka wapi? Zinatoka Mpeketoni na zingine Tanga. Nasikia Chairman? Let's have these facts ready. Let's forget about what you have in your desktops and the research and whatever. These people are here. They are not farmers, but they do business ya korosho. na korosho walionayo haitoki Kwale, wenyewe wamesema haitoki Kilifi, inatoka Mpeketoni, Lamu, ambao ni kidogo, na kutoka wapi? Tanga. So actually we are net importers of cashew nuts in terms of doing business. And yet the first speaker from West Africa, isn't it? Yeah. He put it very clearly that initially tulikuwa na korosho hapa, but what happened? So to be brief, because this function we have the experts here and I'll have to leave because you know we're in session, we are going on recess. There is communication from the president, there is serious business to be done. I hope I'll be there in the afternoon session. We go up to 6:30. Ni kwamba mikorosho iliacha kuzaa. Tukaambiwa kwamba because of climate change sasa inahitaji pia nayo yekwe madawa. Kama sikosei, about 10 years ago kukaja na mfumo kwamba kulikuwa na spray kwamba mikorosho ipigwe dawa ndio iweze kuzaa. Ni kweli ama urongo, ndugu zangu wa Kwale? What happened to that spray? I don't know. Nani anajua? And I know the PSU experts are here. What happened to that spray? I don't know. Kwa hivyo mikorosho iko lakini haizai. Now mmeleta mbegu ya korosho. And let me tell you, Chair, this is not the first time hii mbegu nimeiona ikiletwa. Sometime in the 12th Parliament, when the CS for Agriculture was Mwangi Kiunjuri, I hope it is in record, that time. We didn't have a conference, but there was a drive to revive the cashew nut industry. I'm hoping what happened then haitatokea saa hii. Samahani mara zungu na hii mambo ni ya kwetu, sitaki wale wazungu wajue. Kwa sababu ilivyotokea ni kwamba waziri alikuja na chopa na kukawa na double cabin na mimea ya korosho, sijui kama ilikuwa yafika 40 ama 30. Waziri wa agriculture uko hapa. Wale tulikuwa Shimba Hills. Nafikiri wengine labda wa Shimba Hills Plateau kwako pale. Unaona? Alikuja na chopa kwa hiyo mkutano wa kusambaza ukuzaji wa korosho na double cabin moja na mikorosho, watu wakapiga picha hapo kwa double cabin akipeana mikorosho miwili, akapanda chopa akaenda. Sijui kama hizi zilizobaki, nafikiri waziri wa county utatuambia kama ilipandwa ama watu waliangusha njiani ama ilienda wapi. But the most important, what I'm trying to say is hatuja kuwa na serious drive from where I sit. From, I'm sorry to say this, from the county, na kama county iko pengine mtatuelezea, but mainly from the ministry where I belong, because mimi na represent national government. Tamaa yangu sasa ni kwamba kwa vile chairman ambaye tumekuwa na yeye na anajua mambo ya wananchi safari hii, na wacha pia nikushukuru kwa sababu umefanya juhudi, sio kwa korosho. Nafikiri mwaka uliopita tulikuwa tunazungumzia mambo ya Bixa, si ni kweli? Mpaka najua kutakuwa na conference I think ya Bixa sometime this year, because unajua ule mswada vile naufuatilia ambao ni zao muhimu. Natumai pia utafuatilia mambo ya nazi, kwa sababu pia nazi hatuna hapa vile minazi iko lakini nazi pia hatuna. Lakini kwa sababu hili kongamano ni la korosho, chairman, and I would want to address you because tumekuwa colleagues. Can there be a difference this time in our approach? Itakuwa watu waldai wanasikiza, na nilikuwa huko last week naweza sema leo naona. Can there be a difference this time so that wataalamu wako hapa? Nimesikia mwanzo kwamba kuna grafting from Calro, kuna hizo new seedlings na nini. Mimi si kijana, ijapokuwa watu ufikiria ni kijana hivyo, lakini I would want to challenge huyo mtu wa Calro ambaye yuko hapa. Ni lini walijua hiyo teknolojia ya grafting, na tuambie ni mikorosho mingapi ishakuwa grafted in Kwale, in Kilifi, in Lamu? Ukweli ni kwamba hamna. Na hili ndio tatizo letu tulionalo kati ya wale wanaofanya research na wale ambao wanataka wafanye nini? Watumie. Na kama wako Calro, for your information, it's a walking distance from my place. Na mimi pia mikorosho iko ya mababu zangu, na sijaona kijiti kimebandikwa kile ambacho kinatoa mikorosho baada ya siku 2 ama wiki ngapi sijui. Sasa kama hapa kuna mkulima ambaye ashafanyiwa, yuko ambaye ashafanyiwa grafting, Yeah, so we're having another problem where we could be having very good research and good solutions, but kufikia wale walengwa haifiki. I know there are so many challenges in between, labda resources, blah, blah, blah. But that's why I'm saying, Chairman, can we have now a deliberate effort? Hii conference ambayo tuko nayo hapa, iwe itatoa matunda. Ikiwa kuna teknolojia ya kugraft, basi mikorosho iko, grafting ifanyiwe, korosho zitoke. Ikiwa utaleta mbegu, PS na Chairman umezungumza, na mimi pia amesema nataka mbegu. Ningesema saa hii leo, apart from the fact that tutapiga picha, hizo mbegu usizipeane. Kwa sababu, as I speak, hawa ambao wako hapa, hakuna mtu ambaye ametayarisha mahali ya kwenda panda mikorosho. Ama yuko? Pengine nazungumza makosa. Yuko? Wako wapi? Wewe mmoja. Unatoka? Mabungo. Eka ngapi? 3/4 of an acre. Yani mboba kwa msiririni tu. Unajua, let's be serious. Sijui kama tunaelewana hapa. Tuwe serious. Unajua ni vizuri kuonyesha kwa nini umeitwa na waseme at least uko nayo. But ukweli, Chairman na PS, kama utakuwa na time, I would want to challenge. Pengine kuna watu wawili ama watatu, lakini wale wataenda wakanionyeshe ati na eka 5 ama 10 nimelima na ngojea mbegu ya mikorosho. Wako jameni? Hakuna. Tuambia nini ukweli? Hawa ni wenzetu. Unajua tukiwaambia our problem, then they look for the solution. Otherwise mtatupatia mbegu, tutaibeba, pengine tutaenda tukapande hapo msiririni, but ni mtu mmoja miwili, hiyo kweli itakuwa commercialize mikorosho. We are just back to square one. So, the first thing, way forward, because I've said, and I'm sorry I'm taking a bit of your time, Chairman. My way forward is, and the Waziri wa Agriculture yuko hapa. Let's have a database ya watu ambao wako tayari ukulima wa korosho. Ni sawa? Basi ni 100, ni 20, ni wangapi? Alafu watakuwa na njia mbili za kufanya. Ikiwa ni hiyo mambo ya grafting, mikorosho iko. Ikiwa ni kulima, mashamba siku hizi pia yamepungua. Tujue kwamba ile mikorosho iliyoko ambao haizai, ikatwe, basi ni mbao ni nini itolewe, watu wapande hiyo mikorosho yenu mpya. Sijui kama naeleweka hapa. Kwa sababu mimi ukija kwa shamba langu, and you've been there, Chairman, I would want to confess, you've been to my place. You saw cashew nut trees there. I have not planted cashew nut trees. They were done by my fathers and forefathers. So there are two alternatives. Kama grafting iko, utaalamu waje, watufanyie. Kama haiko, we get time, tufieke eka zetu 5, tufieke zetu 10, tutoe ile ya zamani, tupande the current ones, and then now we start from there. Otherwise, as we speak, tutaendelea kufanya mikutano, tutaendelea kupatiwa elimu, but at the end of the day, tunarudi pale pale. Chairman, nitoe shukurani kwa kunipatia hii fursa, kwa sababu I was not one of the key speakers, neither to give a keynote address, but I thought it is very important I give you the information from the ground as somebody who grew up in a situation where cashew nuts were in abundance. In my father's farm, we would have up to 50, 60, and those are some of the few people. Wengine walikuwa na gunia 100, saa hizi hata mkebe mmoja wa korosho. And cashew nut trees are there, but just getting 50 kilos of cashew nuts, hamna. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I wish you all the best. And if I have to leave, at least you understand why I have to leave.
Sikujua Tandaza is another touting Thomas. Thomas mwishowe alikubali kwamba Yesu Kristo alisulubiwa. When Kiunjuri came here, there were also some touting Thomas. And in the process, there were no uptakers. The seedlings ambao was meant for here, ikapelekwa Makueni. Na Makueni wako na korosho. When in our area, we had a member of parliament called Chepkut, may his soul rest in peace. When he was a member of parliament, he stood and told the Kalenjins, don't plant avocados. Because initiates, when they go for circumcision, how they adulishi na avocado. Wakalenjin wakasema hawataka avocado. There is a new member of parliament that came called Chepkonga. Akaambia Wakalenjin, pandeni avocado. Avocado imejaa kwa shamba. Mheshimiwa Tadasa, let us tell these farmers, pandeni avocado, there are challenges in life, but we must move. Cashew nuts, we have to do so. We have seedlings. These are different in fashion. The nurseries are here, not in Nairobi. We are giving out 100,000. Si mbili ambao unasema, ungeniuliza nikakwambia, si 20, ni 100,000. And you also know me very well. We work with you in parliament. Mimi si mtu mchezo. So when you, Mheshimiwa, when you come meet watu wako nyumbani, ambia hawa mupandeni. The message is, enda fanya nini? Panda. Tukianza kota touting Thomas, hawatapanda. Sindio? Yes. There was another chief in our place called Mangira. Wakati chai ilipoletwa, akaambia wakulima, pandeni chai. There is another chief kwa another location, alisema atukuli matawi. Those ambao walipanda chai ni matajiri, wenye walisema matawi ni maskini. Chamaneni, pandeni korosho. Pandeni korosho. As a government, PS atakwambia, when we came in 2023, we are importing almost 90% of sugar in the country. As we speak, we have surplus sugar in the country. When we came in, kahawa ilikuwa imeanguka. Saa hii I'm a farmer in my home area. I've been a farmer for almost 20 years. Sijai pata pesa ambayo nilipata last year. I got 5 million kwa shamba ya kahawa. Kwa maisha yangu yote sijaiona pesa kama hiyo. You will get money out of this. Wajaneni Touting Thomas. You will succeed. You will succeed. And we mean, that's why we have said, PS will give us a direction. If PS says, AFA provide 2 million seedlings, we'll do so. Sindio? Mheshimiwa ambia hawa, hii wangwana mekuja, wamete seedlings, kwenda panda, tumeambiwa na experts. Wewe, imagine, member of parliament rafiki yangu. Uko na korosho ya baba yako? Una yako? No, korosho ya miaka 50, waachane ni 50, tupane mpya jamani. Ama? Tumesikia what we have ni crafted. Sindio? Hii ni crafted jamani. Tuachane ni mambo ya sama? Tupande ya sasa. Sindio? Ya zamani, it used to take 6 to 7 years to mature. Tumeambiwa the new ones ni 1.5 years. Kwa niwe Thomas na Yesu Kristo amefufuka jamani. Tuko pamoja? Waje nimalizie hapo kwa maana nilijua wana siasa tunanyoroshana, sio? Unajua yeye ako upande wa upinzani na sisi serikali tunasema lazima wa Kenya wapande korosho, wenye kupanda avocado wapande, wenye kupanda kahawa wapande, wenye kupanda anything we can do. Hapa hata mukatae tutawalazimisha mpande korosho. We cannot have a situation where tunaenda Tanzania ati tunasema Tanga na tumesema hapa inafanyika. You cannot tell us ati wewe ulikuwa na korosho ya miaka 50, you are 50 years old. That means ilipanda 70 years ago and you expect the best. Let us move. We have the new variety, early maturity, to pande, we will succeed. I don't do anything to fail. I do to succeed. We are here. PS is here. We are going to succeed. Give us support. Mpandeni. Hata kama ni mbili, panda kuliko bure. Sindio? Yes. We will succeed. Rafiki yangu, I know your place. Unajua wewe muungwana sana. Nimeenda kwako, hata bibi si moja. You are better off. Hata mimi naongea yangu ni moja. Wacha let me end there because I'm so passionate to make sure that these farmers should have korosho in their farms. Sawa? We cannot be told at the union close to Tanzania, iko Tanga. Next round ikikuja, there will be here in Kwale, there will be more in Lamu, there will be more in and any other region in this. Hata kwangu ndachukua sample kupanda because nobody has ever tried in our place. Sindio? Let's try. Let's give people an opportunity. Tumesema we have 100,000. Sijasema ni pick. Sijaipata mtu kwa Kenya hii ambaye anasema ako na pesa. Niko na pesa ya kuweka kwa wakulima. Una pesa? Niko nayo. Wakulima, please, chukueni hii chukumu. Pandeni, sawa? You are my support as the chairman of the institution. Sawa? Na amesema ni rafiki yangu. Yeye kwanza nitampatia kwa lazima, utabeba leo mheshimiwa. Takuwekea kwa gari nyuma. Nimesema ndio kupatia kwa nyuma ya gari yako. Ukitoka hapa saa hii. Sawa? Amesema nataka 3, nitapatia 50. Basi wacha nichukue nafasi hii kukaribisha mwakilishi wa governor wa Lamu. Wa Kwale, sorry, Kwale. Mimi mtu wa bara bwana. Siongei Kiswahili sanifu kama nyinyi. Makofi kwake kwanza. Asante sana. And you be brief.
Asante sana chairman. My name is Roman Shera, the County Executive Committee member for Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries in this great county of Kwale. I'm standing before you this afternoon representing Her Excellency the Governor of Kwale County, Mama Fatuma Mohamed Achani, who, due to exigencies of work, was not able to join us in this auspicious occasion of the official opening of the National Cashew Conference. Before I read her speech, I would like to recognize the presence of fellow officers from the counties, maofisa wote kutoka kwa county governments within the region and even from the other regions. Anybody from Tharaka Nithi? Any officer from Tharaka Nithi, please? Asimame tu. Officer wa county from Tharaka Nithi? Hakuna. Meru, I know Meru DG is here. From Meru? Thank you so much. From Taita? Any officer from Taita? Yeah, thank you so much. The county government of Taita is represented. From Lamu? Any officer from the county government of Lamu? Yeah, he is there. So Lamu County is represented here. Kilifi? Any officer from Kilifi? Yeah, Madam from the county government of Kilifi. Mombasa? County government of Mombasa? Yeah, my friend there from the county government of Mombasa. Thank you so much for coming. So I'm going to read a speech by the governor of Kwale County, Her Excellency Fatuma Mohamed Achani, during the official opening of the National Cashew Conference in Diani, Kwale, on 28th April 2026. The Principal Secretary, State Department for Agriculture, Dr. Rono, the MP for Matuga, Honorable Kasim Tandaza, county government representatives, development partners, national agencies, representatives, private sector players, distinguished farmers, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. It is my great honor and privilege to welcome you all to Kwale County, and in particular to the beautiful coastal town of Diani for this important National Cashew Conference 2026, themed Revive and Thrive, Unleashing Kenya's Cashew Potential. Your presence here today is a clear demonstration of our shared commitment to reviving and transforming one of Kenya's most iconic cash crops, the cashew nut, fondly known as white gold. Distinguished guests, cashew farming is not just an agricultural activity. It is a livelihood system deeply embedded in the socio-economic fabric of coastal Kenya. Across the country, the sector directly and indirectly supports the livelihood of over 100,000 households that are involved in various nodes of the value chain, such as nursery operators, farmers, harvesters, dehuskers, wine tappers, traders, transporters, and processors. Kwale is proud to be one of the leading cashew producing counties in Kenya. According to data from the Agriculture and Food Authority, the county has over 5,000 hectares under cashew cultivation. However, most of the trees are quite old, producing approximately 2,200 metric tons of cashew nuts, valued at about 132 million Kenya shillings as of 2025. Although the production is low, this data underscores the immense potential that cashew subsector holds for transforming rural livelihoods and driving economic growth in our county. At the national level, production remains far below potential as well. Kenya currently produces less than 10,000 metric tons annually, compared to historical highs of over 30,000 metric tons in the 1970s. This decline is a stark reminder that while the potential is enormous, deliberate and coordinated action is required to unlock it. Despite its promise, the cashew industry continues to face several constraints, such as aging tree stock, low productivity, declining acreage due to farmer apathy, low farm gate prices, collapse of processing industries, and limited value addition. Pest and disease pressures, climate variability, weak market linkages, as well as limited access to quality inputs. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of cashew in Kenya, and particularly in Kwale and the coastal region, is bright if we act decisively. We are encouraged by ongoing efforts to revive the sector, including distribution of improved and high-quality, high-yielding cashew seedlings, development of new cashew varieties by research institutions, CALRO, and growing global demand for processed cashew products. As a county government, since the advent of devolution, we have distributed over 50,000 cashew seedlings to farmers. We have also strengthened extension services through the recruitment of qualified extension officers, with each ward having at least two extension officers. To support cashew aggregation and value addition, the county government, in collaboration with the national government, is constructing the County Industrial and Aggregation Park in Zombo Ward. The county has also supported the formation and strengthening of 2 cashew farm organizations to enhance aggregation and market linkages. With these efforts and many others implemented by partners, we believe cashew can once again become a cornerstone of economic transformation in Kwale and the region as a whole. Distinguished guests, this conference must not end as a talk shop. Let it mark the beginning of a renewed national movement to restore cashew to its rightful place in Kenya's economy. Let us work together, the national government, the county governments, private sector, development partners, and farmers to build a resilient, competitive, and profitable cashew industry. Kwale is ready. Our farmers are ready. The opportunities before us. I wish you fruitful deliberations and a successful conference. Thank you, and may God bless you. Thank you so much. Najua ukisoma speech ya mkubwa una la kuongezea. So asanteni sana.
Makofi kwa hotuba wa governor wa Kwale. To this, let me welcome the Deputy Governor, Makueni, who was once my county commissioner in Nandi. I didn't know that she was going to be one time a politician. Karibu, Governor.
Thank you very much. Hamjambo. Okay, our chief guest, and allow me to ride on all the protocols that have been established there before. My name is Lucy Mulili, Deputy Governor, Makueni County. Today, nawakilisha His Excellency Honorable Mutula Kilonzo Jr. ambaye alikuwa amealikwa hapa kwa hiki kikao. Kwa hivyo akanituma nije. And our chief guest, a lot has been said here. And I remember the young man who spoke about laitwa shairi. Aliulizwa soko liko wapi? Wako na korosho, soko liko wapi? Na wakati mwakilishi wa PS Trade alipokuja, nilisikia mimi nimepata soko, nilisikia kama jibu limetolewa. Kwa hivyo ningependa nichukue fursa kusema ya kwamba we are very grateful watu kutoka Makueni for this conference that has been organized by the Ministry of Agriculture wakishirikiana na AFA together with all the stakeholders. We are very happy to be in this conference. Na kuna wakulima kutoka Makueni, sijui mko wapi, mko huko nyuma. Weka mkono juu kama naona naona wawili. I think we got around 5 and from the Ministry of Agriculture in Makueni. Okay, yeah, we have the officer who is concerned. She's over there. And let me say this. Sisi tuko na furaha ya kwamba tumekuja kwa hii conference on cashew nut because it is a crop that can grow and thrive in Makueni. Na wakati Mheshimiwa Dhoa naona ametoka, when you spoke about land in Kibwezi East and Kibwezi West, mashamba yapo kwa wingi, hata eka 100 utapata. So as Makueni County, we are ready to adopt cashew nut farming. And I want to thank you very much. Because it is, we are in a nasal area in Makueni, but again, we want to thank AFA because they have assisted Makueni. The last time they gave us 26,000 seedlings ambazo zimekwisha kupandwa pale Makueni. The officers who are concerned were trained on issues to deal with the cashew nut. Again, the farmers have been trained, and we are ready to adopt cashew nut farming. I want to say that they were trained on nursery establishment and management, cashew grafting techniques. I didn't know that cashews are grafted until today. When I went to the exhibition, I only knew about mangoes. So forgive me, Makueni is a county of mangoes, and I'm very grateful. I'm also learning a lot. Of course, they were trained also on pest control and disease control, post-harvest handling, and all that. So let me say this, because a lot has been said, and I don't want to repeat what has been said earlier, to repeat myself. As Makueni County, on behalf of His Excellency Honorable Governor Mutula Kilonzo, we have reached a place whereby we want to diversify our farming so that farmers can be introduced to crops other than mangoes. Previously, our chief guest, the person who introduced Makueni to apple mangoes, and we are the leading producer, probably in East and Central Africa, including Kenya. There was some news that showed that there was hunger in the land, and some people, it is alleged that there were some people were eating either a dog or a cat, I can't remember. and the officer, though is retired previously from the Ministry of Agriculture, introduced apple mangoes. And in Makueni, you will find farmers having lots of apple mangoes. But again, we are now grappling, and I'm not introducing issues of mangoes here. We are now grappling with issues of overproduction and lack of markets. Now, when I met some of the farmers for cashew nuts here, they told me, because it has become a political issue, they told me, the farmers from Makueni, they told me, sasa nyinyi, sisi iyo siasa ya maembe hatuko, sababu cashew nuts, we are producing, we are selling quietly, no noise, and they don't expect any cashew nut to be spoiled. So that is the message I'm going to take back to Makueni. And I'm really going to make sure that is in radio for the next 3 days, vernacular radio. I don't know what is the name of cashew nut in Kikamba, I don't know. Yaitwaje? Ngoloso? I don't know what is that. Now, let me complete by saying this, our chief guest. We, of course, the farmers have challenges. The limited access to certified planting materials at scale, inadequate processing infrastructure, weak market linkages, and price instability that has been mentioned here, pest and disease management, and limited access to affordable financing for farmers and SMEs. And the recommendations that will come out of this meeting, we want to be beneficiaries of the recommendations, and as Makueni County, we will be ready to adopt the recommendations that will be made at this conference. The 100,000 seedlings, or the 1 million seedlings, Makueni is ready to uptake the increase in planting material for the cashew nuts, so that we increase within the county. So I'm grateful and looking forward, and thank you very much for organizing this conference. Asanteni sana.
Makofi. Hiyo si ya Nyayo. Moja. Wewe. Hujapiga. Moja. Mbili. Tatu. Nne. Asante sana. That is the message I want. Tupande korosho. Sindio? Yes. Ajabu huwe nayo ukose market kuliko kutokuwa nayo. Sindio? Yes. Unasema ati unajua hakuna market, we panda kwanza. We negotiate about market when you have. Sindio? Nichukue nafasi hii kukaribisha PS wetu Bwana Daktari Rono. Moja. Rono. PS Daktari Paul Kibrono Rono. Karibu. Hii ni watu wako. Asante sana.
Asanteni sana. Ketini chini. Thank you Chairman, Honorable Serem. Amjambo wakulima. Hapa ni Kwale. Hapa ni Kwale kweli. Wapi mheshimiwa ameenda wapi? Naitwa Tangasa. Tandasa, alitandasa na kuenda. Chairman AFA, Honorable Sarem Dichi, Makueni County, Lucy, asante sana, is a friend, representative of the PS Trade, representative of the Governor of Kwale, CC, Judge of Agriculture, the board members of AFA. Serem, I think you didn't recognize some while you are away. Yes, but I know they are here, and the management of AFA, the partners who are here, the donor community, the international partners, the exhibitors. I've seen the exhibition in terms of style, technology, and also agility. The big team from the Ministry of Agriculture who are also here. You have big team Serem from AFA who organized this event, led by the acting CEO, Callistus. The people of Kwale County and the people of Pwani, watu wa Mombasa, wakulima wenzangu, the Ford Estate who are here, this team plus the sign team, they are very key team. Vijana yenye wameonyesha hapa Pro West wamedan sana, sijui kama wako na yule kijana aliongea Kiswahili sanifu kabisa kutumia shahiri, na all participants plus farmers. Amjambo. I'm here on behalf of the CS Ministry of Agriculture, Honorable Senator Mutai Kakwe, who would have liked to be here today, but he's out in an official duty, and he sent me to greet you and read his speech, and also officially open this very important session on the National Cashew Conference 2026 hapa Diane, Kwale County, siku ya leo today. But maybe before I read this speech, it's a very nice speech, and I don't want to make mistakes. I want to read it as it is. But let me also say something as a PS before I welcome the CS, who is here on a speech. So first of all, let me thank you, especially for arranging for this great conference, which is one of its kind. I've had the MD, the Managing Director of ACA. I've also had a number of speakers here. You have talked, explained, and I know we have experts here who will talk in English and Kiswahili to try and take us through a process of what is called actualization of what we want to do, so that we have a proper action plan going forward based on science, based on logic, and what works. And I said, I need to see you, that you have eaten food, because Mheshimiwa umefika na Mheshimiwa yako hapa while you are away. Tukasema matantasa alitantasa sisi na kuenda, lakini ni mzuri umerudi. Okay, thank you Mheshimiwa. He's a friend also. And I was saying something about this very, very important conference, and also the fact that our ministry is in charge of food. So normally when I come to the ground, I want to see whether people are healthy. And I believe you must have eaten in the morning. You look like you ate something, and you are likely to take lunch. And therefore, evening you will squeeze something before you sleep. That is the Ministry of Agriculture. If you eat food, that is our ministry. It means all is well. I know when there is no food, you put safarias kwa kichwa. Na unasema, kumeumana. But when everything is okay, you are silent. It means you are happy. Food security is a serious security item beyond the physical security you know. If there is no food, there is no peace. If there is no food, even the police who is supposed to shoot you and he has not eaten, you will not shoot. Utaonana tu, achakula uchakula. Unasema kuna nini hapo? Kuna chai kidogo, weka gun kando. Tumenyana kidogo kutafuta chakula. It's a very serious security item, and that is why in this government, agenda number 1 is food security. Because without food, even if you are a teacher, you can't teach. Even if you are a leader or a PS, you can't stand. If there is no food, there is no peace. That we should know. And that is why this administration put that one in the agenda as item number 1, food security. And it was put with a plan to make sure that we actualize step by step, so that we do not only see results, but also we see people progressing from this item called agriculture, this portfolio which is known to assist livelihood, assist many people to grow wealthy, live healthy, and be busy in their farm. That is agriculture and livestock. The reason why that item is there is also an indication, and even across the world, that we need to get it right before we go to step number 2 in any development. Most of the countries first development, you must feed your nation. You must feed the population so that you talk to a population who can listen. And traditionally in an African setup, when you go to every house, if you are a visitor, the first thing is to give you food. After you have eaten, he asks you, what do you want? Why are you here? You can even forget what you wanted, or you talk in a very good way. You are very loyal because you have eaten something. We have shared a meal. Then the talk becomes different. But when there is nothing shared, you can be angry and you can even start not talking. So that is why food is very important. And even politicians, before you talk to the people, feed them first. And then you say, can you vote for me? Have you eaten well? That is rule number 1. And therefore, when you look at this agenda of the of government, we have looked at all value chain as a ministry. We have just seen how can we fix food. And we mean food, a lot of it is ugali. And that is why this administration look at what is called input, subsidizing input as opposed to subsidizing output, production first. And that is why we started with fertilizers, we fix it. And I'm saying counties in coast region who normally do their planting in short season, short rain. Let me listen to you in terms of how many fertilizer last mile depot are you opening, or do you want us to open? That is a language. Mheshimiwa, that should be the language if we are to assist our people. Are they getting fertilizers from far or from near? So that there is fairness in distribution and everybody get this fertilizer, which is at a very low price. When you don't get it and another one get it, utaanza kusema umewachwa nyuma. Watu wangu wa Kwale, muko. Kabla hatujaongea Kiswahili sanifu, ile ya meza, ile ya kutandasa kwanza na matandasa, lazima tuchue tuko pamoja kiplan au tuko nyuma kiplan. Ndio ukisikia lugha sio mzuri, unasema nataka kuenda mbele sio nyuma. Sasa the language number 1 as a CEC for all the counties and as county government, tafadhali, let us work together. Let us open last mile for these fertilizers so that next time when you are planting korocho, naitwa nini? The fertilizers for korocho is there and very near. So there are enough stores in Kwale for fertilizers. It's only 1 store. 4, 5 stores. That is good, CC, and thank you for that. Because we need to make sure that these farmers are assisted. You know, when we come here with ties and we talk English, these people, they have better answers than us. Lakini tunawakalisha, kae usikie tu vile tunaongea. Na pengine tunaongea bure kabisa. Wanasema huyu anaongea bure, ukweli ni hii. So those are some of the effective signal and communication channels and support. Watu wanataka kusikia saa zingine. Number 2, when we finish food, we went to item number 2, every value chain. We say sugarcane is important. We fix. Now the farmers who are in the sugar belt sector, who have suffered for many years, 60 years, without getting value for their crop, we went down and fixed it. As we talk, every Friday, they are paid their money, better money, and therefore the economy of that place has grown. Children are going to school because of what? We fix. Their first energy in the morning is farming. Wakulima, unajua kila asubuhi, hata mheshimiwa akikukataza uende kwa shamba, utaenda kwa shamba. Sio ni ukweli? So that is where we go in the morning. Kwani tukisema hakuna shamba, unataka nifanye nini? hata kama hakuna profit, unaona wakulima wanaenda kwa shamba. Inachi namba moja ya asubuhi ni kuenda kwa shamba. And we must double or triple that effort in terms of earning. That is very important. So as a region, as a community, ask yourself, what is your crop? So that as you go to that farm in the morning, is it giving you profit, better earnings? Are you becoming rich or poorer? And that is why when we fix sugarcane, farmers are now happy. We came now to tea, and tea is almost done. So that the farmers of the tea sector also get value for their effort. Then we went to coffee. If you go to coffee, is what Seremu was saying. Hata mimi nimeanza kupanda coffee. If you don't have a crop in your farm, which is employing you and changing your livelihood to $1 livelihood, sasa wewe unapaki kuwa casual laborer. Wacha niseme hivi. Hivi kama umekula mzuri na uko na nguvu ya kutosha na una pesa kwa mfukoni, you are just a laborer. Umeelewa? Mtu anasema huyu amenona sana, wacha nipeleke achimbe holes kwa nyumba yangu. Huyu sio mbaya, wacha nipeleke akue security. That is what it means when you don't have money in your pocket. So we need to change this economy into a dollar economy by supporting farmers so that what they do every day change their livelihood. Now I want to encourage all leaders. All leaders. Tafadhalini, tusaidie watu. Hii watu wameteseka kwa muda mrefu. Wakulima wanaenda kwa shamba. Saa zingine crops haifanyi mzuri kwa sababu kuna wakora walikuwa mbolea, wale tulifukuza na kufunga ndani, mbolea mbaya. Wengine walikuwa wanaleta mbegu mbaya, wale tulifukuza na kuwafunga. Wengine wako wakora kwa market inaitwa brokers. Yenye mkulima anapanda, anajaribu kuuza, kuna mtu wako na tai, anakula mandazi na chapati kwa hotel, achawahi enda kwa shamba, lakini anapata pesa kuliko mkulima. Unaelewa hiyo? Or you are brokers? Why are you? Can you look at your friend whether he's a broker? Ulisa, are you a broker? We are not saying brokers are, but we are saying we don't want further and any more exploitation of our farmers. We must make sure that the farmers get the top cream of their sweat. That is our mission. That is the mission of this government. Now we went every value chain. Value chain by value chain. Today, tuko kwa cashew nut. Leo tuko hapa. By force, by fire. Ukisikia serikali iko hapa, sio serikali anacheza. When you hear we are on the ground, we are not on the ground for jokes. We are on the ground for action and what works. And that is why I want to encourage this panel people. The team will be talking. The experts in value addition, expert in crop production, agronomists, expert in markets, and all other experts, please convert your knowledge into wisdom and tell us what should be done so that what you discuss here is actualized, not theories, not things which are not well researched. Let things you discuss be things which can be implemented, because here we are here as government to listen to you and pick what works so that tomorrow we change this economy and we change Kenya to be a dollar economy. Because you here in the conference this time you will sit, discuss and come up with solution for the people you represent, because when you come and talk here in front you represent millions of people. Make sure your knowledge has wisdom. So ladies and gentlemen, when we are in cashew nut value chain, it has to happen. We have no option. And if you are here to doubt, please, it has to happen. We must change the economy of the people who are in cashew nut to be rich people, wealthy people. We want to see them buying cars because they have sold cashew nut. We want to see them building houses because they have sold cashew nut. We want to see them running their businesses, improving their families because they are rich because of cashew nut. We don't want to see people who are suffering, toiling in the farm, and we have experts who can tell us what should be done, and the ministry is here to implement. That is where we are going. So if you are a choker, I'm very sorry. Sijui kama unasikia. Begine unasikia maneno ya Kiswahili hapa. Unasikia Kiswahili sanifu, lakini kuna watu wataongea lugha nyingine, Kiingereza nyingine hamtaelewa. Hawa watu wakikucha hapa mbele wataongea kama wataongea Kisungu na wataongea na Wasungu. Lakini ukiwasikia, hata ukiona tu vile anaongea, utaweza jua huyu anasema nini, huyu atafanya nini, alafu ukienda nyumbani ufanye. Tumelete 100,000 seedlings hapa ya cashew nut. Alafu mheshimiwa anasema rudisha. Sasa hata mheshimiwa sio unaharibu huyu watu. Usiseme. Wache. These people need support. These people are asking, how can I be a mheshimiwa in future? How can I get dollars in my pocket? Sasa serikali imekuja. Iko hapa ground. Nimesema wasaidie watu wa Kwale. Watu wote wenye wanapanda cashew nut. Tunataka kuingia ndani kusaidia hii watu ili watajirike kama watu wengine. Na serikali tumeona vile tutafanya. Tumeona hii watu hawana pesa ya kununua seedlings. Sio ni ukweli? Lakini wako na shamba. Unajua mheshimiwa ulisema weka mkono juu kama uko tayari. Niliona waliweka wengi, lakini ukasema ni watu wili tu. Anyway, it was a political statement. But wacha nikuambie nyinyi. Let us be serious in life. And very serious in life. And very serious. And let us mean what we do for the sake of you and your family. It is not for the sake of government alone. You. And I know the bigger problem we have, apart from talking and not acting, which we will act, is people don't have capacity to buy seedlings and how to get them and how to plant them. And we are here to provide solution. So that tomorrow, we don't come and talk about no production. We come and talk about we have overproduced. Umwambie serikali au mheshimiwa yoyote au county government, cashew nut imesha hapa kwa nyumba yangu. Serikali saidia kuuza na trade is here. County government. Sasa hapo ndio tutaongea. And you will be a happier person than saying ati hiyo ulipanda imekuwa menopause. Ulisema nini? Imefika menopause. Ladies and gentlemen, when they will be talking in English here, a panel here, Ulisa, I have the answer, but let them talk about it. I don't want to preempt. Those cashew nut yenye imefika level nyingine haisai. Kama ingekuwa ng'ombe ungechua unaweka wapi? Si ndio? Lakini cashew nut inafanywa nini? Watu waambie hapa kwa lugha ya Kiingereza, Kiswahili na ya mama. Si ndivyo? Mwambie asielewi aongee lugha ya mama. Hii yangu ni kubwa, imejaa kwa shamba, lakini hakuna kitu. Yameseka, imekaa empty bullets. Sasa, what do I do? Let them tell us. And this one yenye tumetoa, yenye kwa miaka 2 utakuwa umeanza kukula. Tafadhalini, chukua kwa nguvu, kwa haraka na kimbia panda. Ni afadhali tukiwa tunakuja hapa kuongea Kiingereza na Kiswahili, shamba lako iko sawa. Na ulisikia Serem vile alisema? Alisema wakati ule atimulikataa 310,000 seedlings ililetwa na serikali ile nyingine. Alafu mkasema hakuna bahali pa kuenda kuweka. My friend, watu wa Kwale, watu wa Coast, utapaki nyuma. Utapaki nyuma. And please, the few majority who can tell one another the truth, ile ukweli na ukweli, please, let us wake up. Where you are given support, take charge. Take that opportunity. and move ahead. Whoever does not plant cashew nut, wacha nikuambie, hiyo ni lugha, cashew nut naitwa nini kwa Kiswahili? Korosho. Yule mtu atapanda korosho. Sikiza. Wewe kaa tayari kuwa dereva ya mtu mwenye amepanda korosho. Unasikia? Utakuwa nani? Dereva yake. So ukiona mtu hajapanda, mwambie kaa nitanunua gari kwa korosho, utakuja kunisaidia kuendesha. Unasikia? Au kupeleka korosho. That is the difference. Na utaona hiyo. You will see. Those one with korosho will be more richer. Those one without korosho will be more poorer. Now we have brought you this korosho. Kazi yako tu kupeleka kwa shamba. Tuko na agropreneurs, tuko na county government. Enda kwa ground, chimba hole, weka ndani, ngojea tu. Na ukuje kwa beach. Ukiwa kwa beach, uliza rafiki yako, umepanda korosho? Kama hajapanda, usisalimia yeye. Kama umepanda, endelea kwenda beach na yeye. Ongea sasa Kiingereza na Kiswahili. Unasikia? Uliza, umepanda korosho? Ukiwa kwa beach, luka ya beach ya coast. Ni kuuliza nini? Umepanda korosho? Kama hakuna, ufukuza kwa beach. Kuna kitu anafanya? Hiyo atakuwa mwizi. Kama hajapanda korosho, anataka kufanya nini kwa beach? Kwanza anapata pesa ya beach ya kutoka wapi? I want everybody to be rich and to have money in their pocket. And the fastest thing to change our economy into a dollar economy is agriculture. And when we plant cash crop like this, na uko na chakula, umeshipa na uko na pesa mfukoni. Sio umesikia? Hiyo ni lugha ya PS. Hiyo nimemaliza ya PS. Wacha nisome hii Kiingereza hapa. Let me now welcome the CS. And I read the speech of the CS. So I will be reading as it is. It is written in English for Mheshimiwa alisema anaelewa Kiingereza iko. Thank you Mheshimiwa. Kiingereza iko mzuri sana hapa. So let me just read in English. So speech by the Senator Mutai Kakwe, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, during the National Cashew Nut Conference, Cashew Conference 2026 in Diani, Kwale County today. Members present, leaders, and all the team present here today. It is a pleasure to join you today in Kwale County, a region that remains at the heart of Kenya's cashew production and coastal agricultural heritage. Welcome to the inauguration Cashew Conference theme, Revive and Thrive, Unleashing Kenya's Cashew Potential. The theme is a call to action. As you are aware, agriculture remains the backbone of our economy, contributing 22% of the GDP and also providing primary source of employment, 40% nationally and 70% in rural population. And encouragingly, the sector has recorded a growth rate of about 6%, driven by favorable weather conditions and deliberate government intervention through provision of affordable inputs and enabling policy environment. The sector is central to the government's bottom-up economic transformation agenda, which is focused on enhancing food security, reducing imports, and increasing export. Within this framework, on increasing exports, nuts, which is the cashew and coconut, have been identified as priority value chains, especially in the coastal region, while on reducing imports, the government is promoting the production and processing of domestically produced edible oil crops. Ladies and gentlemen, cashew is a strategic crop for Kenya's arid and semi-arid areas. This crop will grow in over 15 counties. We expect this crop to be grown in areas of Makueni, Machakos, some areas of Meru, down in the coast region, all the coastal region, and also the areas of western region, like Nyanza, areas of Kakamega, Migori, and Siaya counties, to start now growing the cashew nut. So the performance of this crop currently stands at 9 million metric tons, which is 540 million of raw cashew nut in around 26,000 hectares, valued at around 500 million Kenya shilling, which is around $4 million. We are therefore directing that this crop be stepped up by over in the next 5 years to 1 million metric tons. And this can be achieved through distribution of 2 million seedlings across all the planting counties, which AFA, CALTRO, county government, plus agropreneurs and corporate. Okay, thank you. I was just saying that the ministry is directing AFA, CALDRO to produce variety seeds, AFA to lead in distribution of 2 million cashew seedlings to the farmers of the 15 counties across the coastal region, Makueni, the upper eastern and the western part of Kenya, so that within the next 5 years, the production of cashew nut will have stepped up by 1 million metric tons, which will be now leading in Africa, with an export cost revenue of 60 billion Kenya shillings. So AFA, through the chairman and the CEO, we expect you to work with CALDRO. I don't know whether CALDRO is here. Yeah, to start distribution of 2 million seedlings of cashew nuts to all the counties. And today I know we'll be launching 100,000 seedlings for Makueni County, and Mheshimiwa atakuwa kuchukua kidogo. No, for Kwale. And we are going to give Makueni. We are going to give Makueni County, the deputy county government, governor, we have talked, we are because they are ready, another 100,000 seedlings. So within today, we are talking about 200,000 seedlings for distribution. I expect the farmers, wakulima sikiseni, ukipata hii seedlings, enda panda. Usiende uza. If anybody behave like he's about to sell, anakaa kama ni karibu kuuza au kutafuta mteja, yeye weka ndani. Where is the county commissioner? So, hiyo mtu ataenda ndani. Because there are people who will be starting immediately to do some trading and start selling their livelihood to another person. We need to stop that and make sure that whoever is selling seedlings, which they caught without buying, should meet the full force of the law. And I think, Hafa, as you do that, be aware that there are people who come and pick for purposes of selling. Even you, if you are also buying seedlings, which we didn't sell to you, hata yuko na makosa. Uliza hiyo mtu ulinunua kwa ngapi and report to the police. Because that is the problem we have had in some time in the ministry, whereby the government promote farmers to give them seedlings. The farmers go ahead and sell the seedlings, in the, especially young people. So with 2 million seedlings to produce 1 million metric tons, it will change the economy of this country by injecting extra 60 billion Kenya shillings into the economy. That is a very huge earning to the economy and GDP. And we have talked with the deputy governor of Makueni County, and we have discussed about the challenges they have on mangoes, and we have discussed with Hava to engage county government of Makueni to put up a mango cooling plan so that the people of Makueni don't suffer again on issues of excess mangoes, and also sometimes they get wasted and damaged. Yet the two governments can work together to really support farmers and reduce on what is called post-harvest losses. Ladies and gentlemen, the government has prioritized the revival of the cashew nut subsector as part of its broader agricultural transformation and export promotion agenda. The current and the planned intervention include rehabilitation of aging orchards and distribution of improved high-yielding seedlings. I was impressed by Calro and that you have now seedlings we can mature within 2 to 3 years. I want to ask the county government to work with cooperatives and also come up with nurseries where youth are employed to propagate these seedlings so that more and more farmers can get valuable seedlings within their reach. Strengthening extension services and farmer capacity building, the government has employed 7 young people called agropreneurs in every ward. And in Makueni County and also in Kwale County, I know every ward has got 7 agropreneurs. Those are the people who will work with the farmers during planting on matters to do with pest farming techniques. The other one is implementation of pest and disease management programs. I also saw in the exhibition there are a number of mechanisms to control pests, and there are existing good pesticides to support farmers. Promotion of aggregation and structured marketing system. Trade Ministry has talked about it. So as we produce, let us be prepared for a good market for our farmers. And we have already, as a government, there are a number of markets, aggregation centers being constructed across the country. And we believe these centers will be now useful once we enhance on production. Support the processing and value addition. The discussion and the topic and what I've heard from a number of presenters is that we have a challenge on value addition. We sell raw, and when we sell raw, we lose on employment, we lose on also better earnings for farmers, and at the same time, other raw materials for other sectors. So, there is a program in the Ministry of Agriculture, we are calling it National Value Chain Program, which will assist the counties and the cooperatives in particular on value addition and also processing plan. We expect as soon as we finish planting and we have enough production, we expect this system to be up and running. I want to encourage most of the time the county government to really step up their cooperatives so that they become the hub for the farmers in terms of assisting them in the credit facilities, in storage facilities, in mechanization, and also in markets. And these efforts led by the government are aimed at bridging the raw material deficit, revitalizing processing industries, and improving farmer incomes. The government has established a robust policy and regulatory framework to guide the transformation of the subsector from subsistence to a competitive, commercially driven industry. I saw also some support from the banks, Equity Bank, in terms of supporting the farmers in providing loan and also affordable financing mechanism. And I believe the same bank also provides some technical support in terms of how to utilize the funding to bring up their programs or projects. The cashew nut industry is well supported by AFA Act 2013 and Crops Act, and also some the regulation of 2020. So you are well anchored in the law. What is remaining is you to take off as a sector. And that is why we are here to launch this conference, so that we can take off as a sector and make cashew nut a cash crop, which enhance farmers' earning livelihood and also contribute to the economy of this country. To safeguard the local industry and promote value addition, the government has also put up measures to restrict the export of raw cashew nuts, ensuring that more value is retained within the country. In addition, the government is finalizing the nuts and oil crop strategy and the national cashew nut value chain development strategy. It will provide now a clear roadmap towards the achievement of the vision and of the discussion of this conference. The opportunity before us is significant. Kenya has the capacity to sustainably increase production, fully utilize existing processing capacity, and expand exports to premium markets globally. A revitalized cashew industry has the potential to create over 100,000 jobs, inject billions of shillings into the economy, and strengthen rural livelihood. Our focus going forward is expanding production and improving productivity is clear, and this includes investment in research and innovation, particularly in variable environment, climate adaptation, and post-harvest technologies through institutions such as CALRO. The word research and innovation, ladies and gentlemen, has been overused. During this discussion, I want to see a clear, systematic working talks and plans so that we actualize research and innovation. It is a competitive advantage for the survival of every nation, any nation. So the team will be discussing about research. The expert on innovation. Be innovative in your discussion and go beyond the normal workshop discussion to what works in your deliberation. Under a cashew planting and replanting campaigns, and also undertake a cashew rehabilitation program of all and unproductive cashew trees. I told you about these trees. I think they are menopause. So when you are in that topic, please go for lunch and come back when you are fresh to discuss on how to rehabilitate a cashew which is very old, like the one for the Mheshimiwa. It was done by the great-grandfathers. And they are now trees. They provide, they even don't know it is cashew nut. It is a good tree because there is nothing coming out of it. You know, when they just stay in them and you are not getting anything, it becomes just a tree. Yes, in the discussion, be radical. You know, I'm just telling you this so that you know what to do. In the discussion, be radical. If it means destroying those trees, destroy the trees and start new life again. 2 years, you have new trees. Why do you wait for a very old tree? I understand you are spraying, you spray doom, you spray what, there's nothing coming out of it. And maybe the new rules of spraying is not even the right scientific method. You struggle spraying. When you spray and overspray, you only get two fruits. Please go beyond science. And sometimes a complex situation you need to handle in what is called foolishly stupid way. You assume you know very little. Don't know too much. You will not fall down that tree. And then angusha. If it means that way. And plant, if you have got a new trees, we can give you cashew crops, fruits, in 2 years, 3 years. Why are you spraying a old one for several years? Please, farmers and experts, look for a better method of assisting these farmers who believe that you are knowledgeable and you went to school and you are professors and doctors and therefore you are a body of knowledge. Please give us that knowledge in a better way. We also need to provide resources to enhance research within the cashew subsector, as government will provide resources. Please, our partners, the private sector, come in. We cannot do alone. As government, we wrote the economy, private sector, you mow the economy. I'm not seeing you mowing the economy. Why are you behaving like you want to roll the economy? That is the work of government. Please, come and do the mowing. And if we want really to thrive, as by the theme, we need private sector to thrive. Government will revive. Private sector thrive. Let us see who will go further. We expect private sector to be ahead because you are very agile and many times you have better resources. Enhance access to finance through institutions. We have commodity funds. We'll give more money for commodity funds to assist this sector. Ladies and gentlemen, what I want us to do, when we come next time to sit in Kwale, with the governor around, and also with the Mheshimiwas around, and thank you, Mheshimiwa, because you have spent time to be here with us. You know, what will be taught and a story to be told in future. People will say, during your time in office, as MP, the sector was revived. And we are rich because you took charge and provided leadership. And that is why cashew nut is now in Kwale, because of Mheshimiwa Tandasa. Sio ni ukweli? Can you clap for Mheshimiwa? You know the rest? This is what is called real empowerment. There is no better empowerment than empowering the people on the lower pyramid. Wale watu wanyonge. Empower them, support them, give them what it can assist them to fish for a better future. So I just felt that I should thank Mheshimiwa and the Deputy Governor of Makueni because you spent time to be with us, and the PS representative of trade who is here, and also Bwana Serem and the team, because you have really, you know, to arrange for such a forum is not very easy. And the cashew nut industry is firmly on path to recovery, and with sustained focus, it can become a competitive, inclusive, and export-driven value chain that delivers real benefits to farmers and the wider economy. Let us move beyond discussion to implementation. Everybody is saying that. Let us align our efforts, leverage our comparative advantages, and build a resilient and global competitive cashew nut industry. In all the talks, all the topics, every other workshop, we talk about let us move from the talking to implementation. I don't know who is talking. I've attended many workshops. People say let us move from the talk to implementation. Who is this one talking? Again. If you go to all workshop, everybody is frustrated with the talk. But even here we are frustrated with the talk. Can we not get frustrated with the talk? Let us get frustrated with implementation. And implementation is never easy. A talk here, we can arrange a conference, we can talk. But the ground is different. Ground is different. Ukienda ground, utakutana na mwenyewe. As you even go and try to dig a borehole, even your relatives can refuse you and say a hole for, you want to plant cashew nut here, hii ni shamba langu. It means now you have started working. You have discovered the land you wanted to plant is not yours. That is work. Now you look for your land and how to plant it. That is what it means. Action is not very easy. As I conclude, I urge all stakeholders to translate the resolution of this conference into concrete actions that will drive growth and transformation within the sector. With those remarks, I now declare this National Cashew Conference officially open. Hi. Asanteni sana. At least you have been patient for long. Finally, I've finished. And thank you. So I wish you well, and I look forward, and we'll keep disturbing you to actualize the deliberation of this conference, so that it is not just a talk show. So if we push you very hard, it means we mean what we said, and it has to happen here in Kwale and the rest of the counties. Asanteni sana. Yes, sir. Welcome.
Hiyo hatoshi. PS moja. Wewe. Mbili. Tatu. Nne. In my board, I have a colleague that I forgot to mention. Kitibo. Yes. Jama, word of thanks. And welcome us for lunch.
Asante sana, Chairman. Nafikiri mpaka pale tumefika. Damu imeanza kuingia ya korosho. Si ndio? We are now talking korosho. Deputy Governor, for coming here. And it's good we have started with you. By the end of the third day, utajua majina yote ya korosho. Ni sawa? Because I've looked from the program, now there are so many professionals hapa. Watatuambia majina yote ya korosho, from botanical names, cashew nuts, korosho. Jina ile ngine nilisikia ya ipi? Wakamba mlisema mnaita korosho ngoloso. Kidigo wanahitaji korosho. Kigiriama korosho. Kitaita korosho, It looks like korosho is a dominant, So don't worry, Deputy Governor. By the time you reach Makueni, utaambiwa na wale wakamba walitangulia hapa, inaitwa ngoloso. So you'll go and spread the 100 seedlings. Unasema nina mwete ngoloso. Thank you very much, Bwana PS, for being with us. I know it is a very, very special day, and it requires determination. For you to be here, I know your office is very, very busy. Thank you very much for really spending time and allocating this time to be with us and giving us that type of advice you have given. Nafikiri imeingia, imekolea. Si ndio? Na kutoka hapa tutaenda kupanda korosho. Na PS amesema, na wajua ni mkubwa wangu, ni PS wangu, ukikataa tutakulazimisha. Manake you will not let us down. Na chairman wangu kwa Alpha Board amesema hivyo hivyo, which means tuna kazi. Kama board members na wale wafanyikazi ambao wako Alpha, ambao jukumu yetu ni kupromote development of scheduled crops. That is our primary mandate in Alpha, to promote and develop all the scheduled crops. Now, cashew nut is one of the most important crops, especially here in the coast. I happen to be in the board. I'm the only board member from the coast region. So I speak for all the crops. But when it comes to coastal agriculture and coastal crops, I become a bit overworked. Chairman knows. I talk sometimes to a point of almost feeling like they are not hearing me, my colleagues are not hearing. I talk about cashew nuts. I talk about coconuts. I talk about sugar cane. He knows the way I've made a lot of noise about our Bwana PS. Hiyo ingine tutazungumza. But we must revive our sugar industry here. Yeah, we have really talked about it. And we are talking so many other things. BICSA. Somebody's talked about BICSA. And we are happy now. BICSA is, the regulations have been finalized. Senate has already approved and passed. So you'll hear a lot of activity about BICSA. It's another crop I would like us to promote. Then cotton. When I'm there, I have a special focus for cotton. Now leo na kesho tutazungumza mambo ya cotton sana, for those who are farmers for cotton. Pamba tutazungumza sana. Tunashukuru serikali yetu because wametuwekea ginnery. We have the latest ginnery cotton in Kwale, in Kinondo, hapa tu, hapa Kinondo tu, na itafunguliwa tu, imeshamalizika, si ndio bwana DJ? Yeah. Kwa hivyo tupandeni pamba, okay? Anyway, today is not the day of cotton, although I'll come back and talk about cotton in a special day. The other day in Malindi I talked about coconut, leo ni cashew nut. So thank you very much bwana PS. Thank you very much Honorable Tandaza Sawa, MP wangu wa Matuga. Nimemjua kwa muda na tumefanya kazi naye kwa muda. Kwa hivyo he means hiyo unasikia mpaka anataka kulia. I know, that's how he talks. And he has the passion of his people. Na ukienda Matuga uone ile mikorosho, hata ile pia ilipandwa na baba yangu ama babu yangu. Babu yangu hakufika huko Shimba Yose. Lakini baba yangu in the 60s, I agree with you. They are trees, bwana PS, as you say. They are just trees. Na huko ndio tuko na mikutano. Wakati kuna sherehe ama kuna mazishi, we can't afford to hire tents. Tunatafuta ile mkorosho uko pale utupatie kivuli. Manake imekuwa a connected canopy of shade which does not produce. So we don't fear anything falling from above. So thank you very much, Deputy Governor, na nyote wote ambao mmefika hapa. Nafikiri it's a very, very, very great day, na I think we'll learn a lot. Nashukuru, na by Thursday tutakuwa tunazungumza lugha nyingine ya korosho or cashew nuts. Na the other big name, the botanical name, tutaambiwa hapa. Na ngoloso pia we will learn. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana. Am I the one to invite for lunch or you? I do it. Okay. I'm told. Oh, you there are 2 announcements, eh? But anyway, since it has been hinted to me, I'm not a prophet, neither am I son of a prophet, but I know there will be lunch. Okay? So when that time comes, you are invited for lunch. Okay? Right.
Makofi kwa director. Na kukumbusha kwamba mama akiwa na miaka 70 hasai tena. Asante.
Asante sana. Wacha tuwapigie makofi. Asanteni sana chairman and the entire team and our chief guest as well for that moment. Yangu tu ni kusema a few things, the directions after this, si ndio? So that tuweza jipanga. I want to request the delegation led by our chief guest and chairman. We are going to exit for the flag off. Tunaenda pale ku flag off the official flag off of the seedlings that we have, si ndio? They have to be flagged off officially. So I will immediately ask you to actually exit first together with the entire delegation and officials who are here. Mweze kwenda pale ndio tutakuja kuwajoin kidogo with some of the farmers. Alafu sisi wengine kwanza tubaki kidogo because I have some other instructions of where are we going. Ni mambo ya kujipanga, ndio mambo ya lunch, si ndio? Haya, wacha kwanza to help them exit first, ndio wakiweza kwenda. There are some 1 or 3 farmers who had been asked as well to join in that, so make sure you also go together with them for that flag off. Now, tunataka officially to have a good photo moment and then lunch. Now, how do you take lunch? Pale ulikuwa una register ukapatiwa ile tag, lazima upitie pale utapatiwa ile meal voucher. Sawa sawa? Because pale kwa hoteli lazima utoe hiyo meal voucher ndio uweze kupewa chakula. Bila hiyo itabidi urudi huko kunitafuta tena. Unaona? So make sure you have your meal voucher before you exit. But what we are going to do, where we have our backdrop, I think ashes. Let me see some of the ashes in the house. Where we have our backdrop, pale ndio tutapiga picha pale nje. Sawa sawa? Kwa hivyo tutaenda pale tupige picha. Pia mheshimiwa wetu will join us, atatujoin pia, and then tupige hiyo picha, then we go for lunch. Ni sawa? What I am doing right now is to request you with a lot of humility. Dakika tu mbili ndio hiyo flag off ifanye 1 2 1 2, alafu akirudi hivi tupatane naye pale tupige hiyo picha. So in the meantime, kwa hivyo usiamke kwanza sana kidogo, pumua kidogo ile ya sijui mambo imeendaje, seedlings ni ngapi, sijui mna discuss huko naika ngapi, lazima tupande, si ndio? That's what nimesikia hiyo mambo. Kwa hivyo just give me just 1 minute ndio hiyo flag off ifanyike, alafu now we take the picture together and then exit pole pole tukipatiwa meal vouchers. Sawa sawa? Ni hayo tu for now, lakini msije mkakimbiza pale kwa sababu bado meal vouchers hazijatolewa. Sawa sawa? So we're waiting for them. I can see them as they're heading out to do that flag off. Once imemalizika tufanye. Haya, what do we expect? Kwa sababu kuna watu ambao after lunch wanafikiria tumemaliza. Wacheni waelezee what is happening in this afternoon. Sawa sawa? This afternoon session very important. Tutaweza kusikiza mambo ya research and innovation katika cashew nut industry, na tuna hawa akina Dr. Benjamin Kivuva wako hapa kutuelezea what are some of the innovations that have been done and technology in the cashew nut industry. And then finally tutamaliza na we're going to finish with the cashew production and productivity conversations about how that can be done with the CCSM Agriculture Lamu County. Sawa sawa? Kwa hivyo feel free after lunch kuja, na msije na hiyo mkawa na mkutano mwingine. Make sure you dash back here so that we can call. Mkisikia nimeitana, just know that we are ready for that. I'm just confirming from the back there whether we are set. If someone can just tell me that we are set, then we can be able to go for that group photo. Sawa sawa? May I ask one of my team members, the photographers, just one of them, where are they? Just one. Yes, please come, please come. You are the one who can help me very fast, eh? Kwa sababu hapa siwezi taka kukimbiza wazee. Alafu anza kuniambia umetutuma wapi. Haya, wacha kwanza angalia kama tuko tayari. Haya, one more thing, kuna gari ambayo inasikia imefungia zile miti. There's a tree, there's a car that has blocked some of the access to the trees, na tunataka wafungue tafadhali. Nimeambiwa ni K, just 1 second, wacha niisome kama hii gari ni yako tafadhali. Tunaomba tufungulie tafadhali ndio tuweze kuendelea. Just getting the plate number KDK 00 either 2C. Hiyo gari tafadhali, kimbia sasa hivi so that you can open it up. Tuweze kuendelea. Sawa sawa? I'm just getting notified. Hakuna haja ya kutoka alafu tujue kwenye tunaenda kupiga picha. Sawa sawa? Kwa hivyo tungoje tu kidogo pale. I'm just waiting for that ndio tuweze kuendelea pale as we are getting notified on where it is being taken officially so we can have that. Do we have it ready? Where is it? Just outside here or pale mwisho? Sawa sawa? Kwa hivyo naomba sisi wote tutakufuata wewe. Sawa sawa? Na yule mwenzangu pale, haya tuelekee pale hiyo picha, tuchukue meal card pale, tule alafu turudi. Sawa sawa? Thank you so much. Let's exit through that door as we get to know that.
Is where the future of Kenya's cashew industry is shaped.